How are you doing, guys? All good? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Two Wheel Quest. Discover the world with me. We're on the NC 500 heading towards John O'Groats. You can see a rig in the distance. It's a semi-submersible rig drilling or work over one of these rigs. I've spent some time offshore, so what I do know about the oil recovery here in the North Sea for Scotland is that because it's all deep water drilling, it is not shallow water like we have in the Arabian Gulf. So they bring these kind of rigs, and these are all positioned by GPS controlled motor thrusters that keep them positioned constantly at the same place. In spite of the huge waves and all the other conditions of the water in the North Sea, they managed to extract the oil and gas, and it's quite a feat of engineering. And I'm sure for the guys who are working out there, the conditions must be terrible, because with the cold and with very high waves and winds, all these conditions, when they come together, it's not easy. So this is the A9, and it heads right up north to John O'Groats, around 100 miles from here, 160 kilometers. Short 2-minute break just to stretch my legs. Over there in the distance you can see a lot of the oil infrastructure, the floating infrastructure that makes Scotland a powerhouse producer from the North Sea. Those jack-up ones, those you see are more common in shallow waters like we have in the Middle East. So I've spent quite some time on these things. So jack-up rigs or the barges, the jack-up ones are used for shallow water, the way they put the legs down on the seabed and then jack up the barge. Whereas the other ones, the big guys, some of them are semi-submersible ones that are taken out to the North Sea where the water is deep, so they can't put the legs down. So they are positioned using thrusters that will be connected to geostationary satellites. So satellite positioning is used to move the thrusters and keep them positioned in the same place while the work goes on at the well site. So that's North Sea oil production in a nutshell for you. Time to move on to John O'Groats. Another 2 hours. The road and riding condition on the NC 500 is generally good, but there are places where the road gets very rough. I don't know why it has not been smooth, or there are portions where both sides of the road has been worn down a little bit by the tire tracks, but the center is very, very rough. So you have to make sure that you pick the right track, and there are holes, kind of dips in it, and it's not very easy, especially on a smaller motorcycle. So sometimes I do miss the gold wing or the big one, because it'll be riding like a dream on roads like this if I had a gold wing. Here is the NC 500. See, they're all signposted. So when the road gets bad, you can feel the strain a little bit on these smaller motorcycles. And sometimes I have to overtake, and then I have to cut across from here and then overtake. Those times it starts wobbling around a little bit, and I have to be a little more careful. Sometimes I'm doing it at 60 miles an hour or 70 miles an hour. After 70 it starts getting a little unstable in my view, so I don't push it beyond that. There are times when I do miss a bigger motorcycle, but when I think of the other times, it's like having a big bag. You want to put in a lot of stuff, just throw it in. But when it comes to carrying it around, you say, I wish I didn't have such big a bag. I wish I had something lighter and smaller. It's something like that.
Design of this Vantage.
Okay, this is called a Vantage.
This is a Vantage, yeah.
Okay, so that's the Aston Martin Vantage. So this gentleman here wanted my bike in return for the car, but I refused to trade.
You refuse to trade.
So I'll never trade two wheels for four.
Oh, fair shout.
Yeah, yeah. But if Aston Martin ever makes a motorcycle, I'll be standing in line.
Made a boat.
Oh, they have.
We just decided to drive from England all the way up around here, around the north of Scotland, you know.
Okay, so you're going to do the NC 500 as well?
Yeah,
oh, that's a beautiful car to do it in.
Exactly.
Does the top come off? I mean,
no.
Okay, it's not one of those convertible. I mean,
no. I've got one of those at home. I've got a Lotus Elise supercharged.
Oh, you do? A Lotus. If may I ask what you do for a living?
I'm a doctor.
Oh, you are? Okay, maybe I missed it when I should have studied harder when my mother asked me to.
So what do you do back there?
Oh, this location is really beautiful. Glenmorangie Distillery. There are no tours running at the moment, so we just had to come and take a look and leave. But you can see the stills, the pot stills are right there. And you can probably see how beautiful it is laid out right by the sea. Just left the Glenmorangie Distillery. Keep meeting some nice people along the way, friendly and easy to pick up a conversation. It's fine as long as you're in an English-speaking country, otherwise you need to know the language. That's always such a barrier. I have to start learning a few languages, especially Spanish. There's so many places where you can get away with Spanish. Even in the US, when you go down to the south, if you have Spanish, it's so very easy to get what you want and pick up a conversation. NC 500. This is the Scottish national flower which you see on all of the signboards. It's the thistle. So we'll be heading into Dornoch first, and there's a castle there, Dornoch Castle, and the person I just met, he says that you can stay there and that those people are staying there. It would be a nice thing to do, take a road trip with staying in castles and a combination of camping and castles. So try that. I'm standing up and riding so you all get a better view. So we cross the bridge on the Dornoch Firth. I'm just about to reach John O'Groats, which is the northeast tip of Scotland. Oh, it is a sight to behold. Fantastic. The whole NC 500 up to this point has really lived up to and gone beyond expectations. The ride is stunning. The roads are great. There are parts of it where they are a little like what you see here. But overall the ride is fantastic. The landscape is beautiful, and you pass through some small towns, and it's really lovely. Now here we reach this little village. I think it's more about fishing, and there you can see sailboats in the distance. Wow, what a sight. From here we turn towards the west and go again along the coastal route. John O'Groats, a welcome at the end of the road. That is nice. So Ajish is here waiting for me. Let me see what else is on offer here in John O'Groats. We need to find fuel. And we also need to go and get some coffee. It's been a 200-mile ride, right from the time we started, because we took the detour towards, from Inverness, we took a detour towards the Loch Ness to visit the Loch Ness Monster. And that took us almost an hour. Of course, the glove fiasco also took away about half an hour or 40 minutes. Hello there. Do you know where we can find some fuel, please?
Yeah.
Oh, right here. Oh, this. Okay, there's no big fueling station board, but there's a small one here. So that was right in front of it. So yes, this is. I thought the 174 that I paid per litre for fuel somewhere in England was the worst, but this is probably the worst. I just paid 181.9, which is close to £1.82. Ouch. And here, look at what it says. First filling station in Scotland. You know what that means is when you're coming to the tip, or if you look at this point, John O'Groats is a northeasterly tip of Scotland. So from that point of view, it is the first filling station in Scotland. It doesn't mean there is the one that was here, or it was the first one that started in Scotland. No, it doesn't. Interesting. And they've got ferries from here to the Orkney Islands, but it doesn't start till May. So the main other ferries that go to the Orkney Islands, which are the other islands scattered around this part of Scotland, are bigger ferries that start from somewhere else, further up onto the west. I met these people who were driven down from Wales. They're driving these cars which are called Morgans, and they're made in England. This is a 2014, that's a 2017, or the other way around. What happened?
Just parked here now.
Yeah?
Both the cars won't start.
Both of them won't start. Don't look at me. I just took pictures. Seriously? Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'll come closer to yours as well. Take a look. Come on, baby, do it this time around. They've got a Ford engine, a V6. So I just spoke with them for a while. But I don't know what's happened now. This car has been immobilized for some reason.
Can't understand that.
Both of them to go together, that's impossible, isn't it?
It's the things in the road.
Okay.
What are they then?
I don't know.
It's a kind of an immobilizer?
It must be something, because it's never happened before.
Really?
This is done 50,000 now.
You take it to Morgan for
Well, I do
service?
it myself.
Okay, all the oil filter changes and everything. Yeah. And it's trouble-free, is it?
Yeah. Well, that's the first time I ever had it failed to start.
Yeah, Mo, it's something else. There's something here for sure. Yeah, it's maybe it's to disable cars that are
Could be.
not supposed to park there. All right then, drive safe. See, now it wasn't me.
Yeah, but you helped us out.
Bye bye then.
Thanks very much.
Welcome. So yeah, it appears that the cars wouldn't start because of something here. Maybe this is supposed to disable cars and they don't want people parking here. There's nothing written here that you're not allowed to park. But John O'Groats, beautiful place. We have an hour's ride from here, so we're heading out now. It's already 4:30, so let's see. It's very dramatic scenery. Now, our first rain in Scotland. It was nice and sunny even 5 minutes ago. You can't trust Scottish weather nor English. Now we have only 40 minutes left, about 30 miles. So hoping that there shouldn't be a serious rain. Small things are fine, we can manage. If it comes down really heavy, then we may get into trouble. Beautiful landscape. We just finished refueling so that we don't have to refuel tomorrow morning. So after I paid for the 1.82 pounds per litre for the fuel, I didn't fuel up a lot, I just fueled up just enough so to get me to the next pump. Smart me. So I found another place and then I refueled. That was a lot more reasonable, 1.67. 1.82 pounds is probably the highest I've ever paid for fuel in my life, I think, in any part of the world. Oh, look at that! Now I don't mind paying the money for the fuel. I'm just 10 miles away from where I'm going to lay up for the night. The sun is about to set. We are actually heading west, so I can see that the sun will set in another 20-30 minutes. We need to make it there before that happens, because I don't want to ride in the dark. The rain disappeared. It just fell a few drops just to give us a hint of kind of a warning, and then it went away. All in all, a very good day's work riding the NC 500. After 500 kilometer miles, I think I've done about 170 or 180. We totally did about 230 right now, or at least we will do by the time we get home for the night. Arrived to the BnB where we are staying. Now it's close to 6 o'clock. The lady, the hostess here, she says that everything closes in the village. There's nothing here. So we don't have food. Well, nobody's going to die of that. But what happened today was that I had breakfast and then around 11 I had something to eat. So we didn't have lunch because I was feeling kind of heavy because of that. But all that has disappeared because of the weather, because winter has a way of doing that to you. The cold, you need more food to keep you up. Anyway, food problems aside, this is a beautiful place. It's a kind of a cottage, a guest house. It's a very, very nice looking place. I don't know what the rooms are like. I haven't been inside yet. I'm just waiting for her to find out if there's any food close by. She said she'll call somebody up. But oh, the highlands are stunning. Hello there, buddy. Yeah. Hello, Serena. How are you?
Hello.
And first of all, here is Serena, host for the evening. We are close to Betty Hill. Betty Hill.
So we're in Mailvech.
Right. I can never get that.
On the end.
Yeah. How do you say it? Mailvech.
Mailvech.
Oh, it's Mailvech. I would have read it as Mailvich.
Yeah, mail and then Mailvech.
Mailvech. Yeah, okay, I'm getting there. So Serena is trying to see what happens here is that unless you come at the right time, which is summer, well, any time is a good time, but in summer this is very busy. This is March, so there are not a lot of people here and things close very early, so they're not places where you can eat and drink. So Serena has kindly agreed, I'm using a very strong word here, agreed to feed us tonight. Yeah, thank you very much.
No
really appreciate
problem.
it. Yeah. And we don't know what we're getting, but we don't care as long as it's...
a nice pasta dish.
It's okay. Wonderful. And here she's got 3 dogs.
Foreign.
This is a working farm, isn't it?
We have animals, not working farm, but
What are the animals for? I mean,
just pets.
They're pets?
Yeah, we've got the 2 ponies.
Okay.
3 goats.
Uh-huh.
And the 2 sheep.
And the ponies are Shetland ponies?
Yes.
I saw them outside. They were very friendly fellows.
Oh, they're lovely.
What's this fellow's name?
That's Lola.
Lola is a pug.
She's a French bulldog.
Oh, she's a
French bulldog.
So hello, Lola. I thought bulldogs were scary, but this fellow is a sweet fellow. A pug, yeah, I have to get my breeds right. Thank you, then we'll wait for what's coming next.
Perfect.
And then we'll see, yeah. We're going to have a full Scottish breakfast tomorrow. Let's see how that goes.
Yes. Now that one I can do easy.
Okay, thank you. Selena here was telling me that they're sponsoring, or rather they're giving accommodation to you, 2 Ukrainian families. They're going to shut some part of the guest house down and give it in turn to 2 Ukrainian families. I mean, I was really, really blown away because this is a commitment for 6 months, and you're saying that you're willing to take it on, and for no or very little money. I'm sure there's no money here.
No.
Wow, that's very kind of you.
We just want to help. They've been through enough.
Wow.
They've been through enough. They've
This
they've
is
lost-
what makes the world go a
Yes.
better place.
And
really.
it's funny because when I've been looking at the amount of people who want to help in the UK and all around the world, and it makes you realise that although there's bad, there's a lot of good people out there as
Absolutely.
well. A lot of good
In
people,
fact,
and that's what keeps the world going.
Fantastic. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that we like to hear more. These are the stories that need to be told. And not the government is the government.
Oh, numbers, facts,
exactly.
figures.
And when individuals step up and take charge, and when individuals really do their part, then the world changes really.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just hope I can give them
Fantastic.
some safety.
Good luck to you, Serena, and your family. And I wouldn't say anything more. It's just that what you do will come back to you in the here and now.
Yes.
Is what I believe.
Oh,
and I'm
yes,
sure you
no,
get it.
karma and all, everything. I believe in that too. I do.
What a beautiful sight. A full Scottish breakfast. And what I see looking out the window is this. It's a lovely little guest house where we are staying. And we really enjoyed last night. The host, the lady here, made us a very delightful meal. And slept like a log. Now I'm all set. I'll devour this thing and then start off. It's again a glorious day. It's 5 degrees centigrade, but that's no problem at all because it's bright and sunny. We have another 4.5 hours to go from here today along the NC 500 itself. Can't wait to start. This is black pudding, is
That's
it?
haggis.
That's haggis.
Haggis.
Oh, and what exactly is this? It's pork, is it?
I think it's oatmeal.
Okay.
I might tell you after.
After I finish with it. Yeah, good idea.
He's asking what's in black pudding. I said I might tell him what's in spinach.
I don't want to know.